Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. Now, now we're talking about Senator Cory Booker. When he was running for president of the United States, none of us, ADOS or anyone will support this man, right? And we've been hearing about him dating Rosario Dawson, but I'm surprised that you fellow YouTubers nor even Democratic candidates who are challenging Cory Booker about this case. Now, there's been reports, and this could be, and like I said, I'm surprised they not even talk about this. But even though it happened last year, now you know how Democrats, want to bring up a person's past, but Rosario Dawson is not a good woman, and this article comes from BuzzFeed News. It says, and this article came out October of last year. So this article said that Rosario Dawson and her family has been accused of physically and verbally abusing a transgender man. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this article, and because the thing of it is that Senator Cory Booker never for ADOS, but he's dating Rosario Dawson. But it turns out that Rosario Dawson is bisexual. But I'm going to go ahead and read this. It says, Representative for Dawson did not respond to requests for comment. Okay. A transgender man who was hired by actor Rosario Dawson to complete construction work on her home has filed a lawsuit accusing the star and her family of physical and verbal abuse. Dedrick Finley, 55, filed a civil lawsuit on Saturday at a Los Angeles court against the star, alleging Dawson and her mother and stepfather Isabel and Gregory Dawson frequently misgendered and discriminated against him because of his gender identity. Representatives for Dawson did not respond to requests for comment. According to the lawsuit, Finley moved from New York to Los Angeles in October of 2017 at the request of Isabel in order for him to do work for Dawson. It was also around the time of the move that Finley began transitioning. In December 2017, Finley came out as transgender. He said the Dawson family immediately began to misgender him multiple times each day with deliberate indifference at that time. He said the abuse came to a head when one day, nearly 2 months after Finley was asked by text message to move out of the home he was subleasing from Isabel, he was pulled through a window and thrown to the ground by Isabel while Dawson helped restrain him. Finally alleged that Isabel questioned his masculinity during the attack while Dawson sat on him. Because of Finley's injuries at the time, he was granted a restraining order against Isabel in April of 2018. Prior to that incident, Finley said he experienced verbal abuse and about his masculinity from Gregory, who acted as his immediate supervisor. Finley had known the family in some capacity for at least 2 decades, according to the complaint, and upon moving to LA, incurred substantial debt in reliance on the family's promises to provide him steady employment and housing. Okay, Dawson is currently dating Democratic presidential hopeful Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey. A spokesperson for his campaign didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Tasha Alyssa Hills, the attorney representing Finley, told NBC News that Finley had no choice but to sue the family. He just wanted to get some sort of compensation. He can get back on track with his life, so he can put this incident behind him, she said. And read the comment complaint below. Wow. So Rosario Dawson and her family was accused of abusing a transgender man. I'm not surprised that no fellow YouTuber, there's only one YouTuber who was talking about it, but I'm surprised that no black YouTuber nor his Democratic rivals while he was running for a campaign for president didn't even brought this story up. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the lawsuit from this transgender man, Dedrick Finley. Um, this is big, and I'm again this came out last year. This is really, really big, and with this, I mean, I'm glad that Cory Booker would draw his campaign, whatever. I guess because he had no money, which I'm glad he would draw it. But my point is that if he would have continued this, some Democratic rivals would have found this story out about Rosario Dawson and her past, and it would have been huge, and it would have been embarrassment to the Cory Booker campaign at the time. It would have been. Because this is huge. This is a big lawsuit. This is, I mean, against Rosario Dawson and her family. Because of the abuse of how they treated this person. So go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Because this is crazy. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lionsden signing off. Deuces.